I am getting bean. I am getting bean.
Okay, like coffee bean?
You should try it.
Okay.
Welcome to Bites and Sips. My name is Jessika and I am your host. And today we find ourselves in North Vancouver in Lower Lonsdale, right in the heart of the Lonsdale Quay. This place is really cool because it has a rich history in shipbuilding and now hosts a very energetic and electrifying kind of bustling feel. There is truly something here for everybody, whether you want to indulge in a delicious meal, whether you want to take a look at the beautiful, sensational Vancouver skyline behind me, or go to the North Shore Mountains, just to the north here, where you can indulge in mountain biking, hiking, even skiing and snowboarding. I am super excited to be here today with you guys. We're gonna check out the hub of breweries here in Vancouver, and it's become prominent in Canada and in North America. So let's go check it out. On the Esplanade Strip in Lower East Lonsdale, where among the North Vancouver brewing leaders stands House of Funk. They have made a reputation and a name for themselves through their unique flavor profiles and bold brews. For example, they make a Juno dry hop sour featuring blood orange, guava, and vanilla. A true testimony to their creativity and dedication to craft. Joining me today is my dear friend Carmen, who also is a beer connoisseur and foodie. And yeah, we're gonna dive into some of the delicious brews paired with some of the food they have here. And something you may not know about House of Funk is they also roast their own coffee beans and make a mean cup of coffee. Two of my absolute favorite things, beer and coffee. Let's go. Here on the Esplanade Strip in Lower East Lonsdale at House of Funk Brewery, and I am joined by brewer Ebony Jansen, and we are going to talk about the process, what kind of goes on here with all these large containers. And yeah, I don't really know much about brewing or, you know, this brewery in particular. Tell me a little bit about the story behind this brewery.
Sure. So House of Funk is 5 years old. We're celebrating our 5-year anniversary in May of this year. Okay. We structure all of our beers in the essence of everything being like wild culture. The 2 rules that we have are everything either has to have wild yeast or touch wood. Cool. Which is why you'll see these big oak foeders behind me. So those are just a big oak vessel to store and ferment beer. Our main intent is just to create an atmosphere for people to come have beer in the tap room. Yeah. But when everyone was drinking at home, we saw the opportunity to get people beer to their doorstep as well. Nice. So we do split our systems between mostly packaged and draft beer for the tap room here. Okay. But you can also find our beer at many different liquor stores and pubs in Vancouver as well. Our core beers are a Czech style Pilsner, West Coast IPA. We have a couple different sours and saisons, the most notable being Funk Juice. We fruit it with a bunch of different fruits from mango, guava, strawberry, raspberry, kiwi, lychee, lime, all of those things. And then we release as many different wild ales as we can throughout the year as well.
I love that. Yeah. And what about your story? Like, how did you get into brewing and then end up here at House of Funk? Are you like obviously very passionate about this? And then
yeah, I mean, I have been working in craft beer for about 10 years. I started just working in the tap room back in Toronto, but moved to BC to do a sustainable agriculture course because I'm passionate about wild things and the environment, and that's what House of Funk is all about. We want
Love
to
that.
integrate our sustainability initiatives with the things that we make,
Yeah.
whether it's beer or coffee. And so it was the perfect fit, and they gave me an opportunity to jump on the mash tun and test my skill in the kettle. So I've been brewing here for just under 3 years now.
And then you mentioned coffee. So you guys also have your toe in coffee making.
Yes.
Very cool. So like craft, do you guys roast your beans here, or what's that all about?
Yeah, so we also have a coffee roastery.
Okay.
We share the space in the back with them too. So we source most of our green bean from local farmers, or I guess as local as possible.
Yeah.
So we technically are working in like third wave coffee, but I'm sure that the roaster can talk to you a little bit more about that. So it's a little bit more acidic, a little bit more fruity. It's not going to be the typical like JJ Bean, McDonald's coffee that you would get. It's kind of a little bit more direct from the farmer to the consumer, and a little bit more interesting in terms of like round flavor profiles that we have. The great thing about working with our coffee roastery is that we can do really cool collabs all the time. So we're able to can our cold brew. We're also able to make like salted imperial caramel coffee beers.
Delicious. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. Really great to have something interesting and that we can collaborate on quite frequently.
Yeah, I love that. Coffee and beer, I feel like very like artisanal, very unique flavor profiles, and you can kind of like play with the flavors a little bit. Very cool. Two of my favorite things.
Yeah,
so
mine too.
Super stoked to be here. Here we have Carmen, and we have our cutie little flights of beer, and we're gonna get into it. So I think we have the same one to start.
Yeah.
It's called Syncopation, and it's a Czech Pilsner.
Cheers.
Cheers. This one is nice.
It's light
Very aromatic, I would say.
and it's perfect
Yeah.
for the Vancouver weather when it's
Yeah.
like nice and sunny and I'm like on the patio. This is perfect.
You're definitely getting like classic Pilsner, but it's a little bit, I would say like almost citrusy.
Yeah. I could definitely drink an
Yeah.
entire pint of this for
Very
sure.
easy drinking. Yes, very nice. Very easy drinking.
I like this.
I'm gonna go in for the Pandora
Oh, you're just so dark. compared to
Tonka
mine.
Bean Stout, they say.
All right, you always have to cheers before you.
It's bad
take a
luck
sip.
if you don't.
Yeah. Mine's the Valhalla. Ooh, I like this one.
I am getting bean.
Okay, like coffee bean?
You should try it.
Okay.
I'm getting, it's like Tonka Bean Stout, and I don't know why, but I'm getting like bean because
There's some
it's
coffee
like,
beans in there?
it's a little bit caramelly, but yeah, it's like heavy, I feel like. What do you think?
I feel like it tastes a little caramelly.
Yeah,
actually,
for
a
sure,
little
caramel
caramelly.
notes.
There's not as much chocolate as I thought, but that bean that you're talking about, I can see it now.
Right?
I can see
Vanilla
this
bean.
Oh yes.
This one's
Smells
really
really
good. Really like the lager. Very like crisp. Yeah, this one's very easy drinking as
That's a
well.
pale
Really
ale.
like that one. Oh, is it?
Yeah. You can take this one back.
Oops.
It's 5% wild pale ale, so I really like this one.
This is Neuralizer. Bourbon barrel aged, so that's exciting. Also coconut. So I'm really excited to try this one.
You forgot to cheers me.
Before I swallow, doesn't count, still counts.
All
We're
right,
good.
okay.
This is insane.
I'll let it go. I'll
This
let it
is
go.
insane.
So this is the Loki. It's a West Coast IPA. It is 6.5% ABV. Let's try this. Ooh, okay, so I can really taste an orange flavor into this. I'm not really generally into orange flavored beers, but this one works.
This is literally insane. This is so coconutty. It's like a dessert beer. Like it's so
I wanna trade
delicious.
you.
It's literally so good. Like that is blowing me away. I've never had a beer that tastes like a
said
dessert.
coconut? Oh my God, I
yeah,
love
coconut.
coconut.
So much coconut in there. Ooh, this is really good too. Yeah, this is like almost smoky.
Yeah,
What do you think? This
a
one's
little
like
bit
kind of smoky.
there.
Yeah.
This one, I can taste the bourbon in there. The coconut,
I get so much coconut from that. That's crazy.
It's more of like an aftertaste,
Yeah.
but the bourbon part of it really hits me
first,
first.
yeah.
And then the coconut is like an aftertaste. Like here,
Yeah,
here,
leaves
have
it,
your
yeah.
dessert.
It's cool. It's like cool how the flavor changes though. Like
Yeah.
from the first to like when it, yeah.
It's
This
true.
is so good too though. Like orangey, smoky, citrus. Big fan. So which one are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna choose the syncopation at this time. Perfect for the weather right now.
Yeah.
Vancouver. What's
Easy
yours?
drinking. I'm gonna go for the Neuralizer. It's so different and unique. I'm just not done like playing with it. It's really, really cool. You guys have to try this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What is yours right now?
The Neuralizer. And you've
Okay.
got the,
Syncopation.
love that for us. So good.
Light, refreshing. Perfect.
And they serve really, I feel like, kind of like out of the box food for a brewery. Like we've got edamame, shrimp dumplings. Is that a dumpling?
Yeah, hagao in Chinese.
Hagao, and then bao buns.
Yeah, so there's tasiu bao, which is the BBQ pork bun. This is the red bean bun, which is hongbao bao, and then which is sweet here. And then we also have the vegan bun, they call it. So in Chinese, I think it's the so choy bao, but I could be wrong.
Love it. All right, let's get into it.
Let's try it. What do you want to try first?
I kind of want to go for these guys.
All right, so the hagaos first.
And this is just shrimp, I think, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is shrimp. And then there's like this, I don't even know what to say. Cheers.
It goes very well together. Like, I don't know why, but the flavors are very like blending well, complementary. It's like creamy here. Gets balanced out a bit by the beer. Like, why have I not done this before? Chinese food
This
and
is
beer.
very typical. So this is a hagao, very typical in a dim sum restaurant. And I have never paired it with beer before, but this light beer actually pairs really well with it because it's not overpowering what you get in the shrimp. I
So
still
true.
have the flavors in the shrimp. That soy sauce that you just dipped it in works well.
So good. Very good pairing.
All right, let's try this tasiu bao here, Jess.
Yeah.
Have you tried this before, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you
I've
were doing
had
like a
dim sum.
Chinatown.
Yeah. We had like
in
a little dim
Vancouver.
sum. How do you like eat this usually? Do you like rip it apart or?
I literally just like bite straight into it.
Do it.
But
I'm on board.
For your for us to split this right now, I'm gonna rip this in half.
Sounds good.
So you can have half and I can have half. Wow, it looks really juicy. Look at that. Yeah, so I'll give you this half here.
Okay.
Cheers.
Excited. It looks so good. Cheers.
Definitely tastes like the tasiu bao in dim sum restaurants that I've always eaten growing up, and it's always served in this like little like long in it. But I think pairing it with beer is definitely a first time experience for me.
This one's really good because, like you said, it's savory, but it's also sweet. Like I get sweet, but then like the aftertaste is kind of savory.
Yeah.
And then the beer, it's nice because it's a little bit harsher to balance out like the doughiness and the sweetness of the bun. So it's like a very well balanced kind of like combo. I am not a vegan, I'm a big meat eater, so this is gonna be like out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
I'm excited though.
I'm assuming they made this as similar to a tasiu bao as possible, but I could completely be like totally wrong. Oh, okay. I see some carrots.
Yeah, it looks like kind of carroty.
I see this like
cabbage?
vermicelli, this mushroom.
Yeah, I'm very interested in what this is gonna taste like. All right, let's do it.
Let's cheers. Well, it's definitely a vegan bun.
Yeah, you can taste like the veggies, I feel like right off the bat. Like there's like a soft crunch from the carrots.
Yeah, I was definitely wrong about it being like a tasiu bao though. It's a completely its own beast of its own.
Yeah.
So, not a tasiu bao.
I would honestly say the beer stays consistent and the food gets changed if I like have a swig with you know, like my second bite, and then it kind of changes the taste of the flavors of the food. The beer, I would say, is more consistent, and I would say the beer complemented the sweet in the like the barbecue pork bao bun more so than the veggie, because the veggie was, you know, a little bit more savory, and so the sweetness of my beer, the coconut, kind of complemented the sweetness in like the pork bao bun. And yeah, it's very interesting how they kind of work together sometimes, and then like work in contrast as well with like the veggie bun.
Yeah, I agree. And also because there's that outer bun part of it, right? I think that bun part kind of diffuses a lot of what is inside of it. So that's why it makes the beer consistent, as you're saying, because there's that bun consistency that you're eating throughout your journey there.
So this beer is 11%. It tastes so good, you would never know. But they actually can't serve this in a glass this big because it's so strong. And this one is like, what is this, 7%?
It is a 5% beer. I think it's a lager.
So it's like more average, you know, like you find like the percent is more on par with like normal beers. This is an insane beer. So flavorful, and it's 11%, so they serve it in this cutie, smaller little stemless wine glass moment, which I love.
But also, like, this is a pint, right? So
Is it? It's insane. It's so like
I can never
condensed.
tell with the different glass sizes that they serve at different breweries that this could be a pint, whereas a pint can also be like really tall and really
tall.
skinny, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah, I feel like it's giving pint vibes because it's so wide.
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about like the future kind of vision for House of Funk.
Sure. We're operating kind of like as a restaurant group model, I suppose. So we have our House of Funk Brewing here, House of Funk Roasting. We just opened our Funk Coffee Bar, so that's a auxiliary space for all of our coffee stuff in downtown core, just at Dunsmuir.
Okay.
And then we're also opening our House of Lager, which has kind of been on hiatus for a few years, but that's going to be up in Squamish, just on the
Amazing.
big oceanfront area that they're building up right now. So we're the first brewery to be there, but it'll be open hopefully end of November, and then we'll have nothing but lager for everyone there.
Sweet. I'm so excited about that. I'll be stopping by there for sure. So I'm here now with the head roaster here at House of Funk, Chris, and he's gonna let us know a little bit about the coffee that they make, kind of how that looks.
Sure.
And yeah.
We are I would say, cutting edge type of coffee roasting company here. We roast on the very light side of the coffee world.
Okay.
We have a tendency to choose coffees that are exciting, fruit forward, something unusual. We're always seeking something that is exciting. So I'm always trying to introduce something new to our coffee drinkers.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys have a coffee house in Vancouver, is it?
Yep, we have a coffee shop in downtown Vancouver called the Funk Bar,
Okay.
where we can highlight all these coffees. We found that a lot of people wanted to get to the North Shore but don't, so we brought the coffee to them.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, it's fun.
So you guys actually roast your coffee yourself. So you get the beans, and then tell me about the roasting process here.
We roast here in the Loring. We would be, like I said, we're a lighter roast coffee. We don't roast dark. We find that when people roast dark, you bring out sometimes some very bitter flavors, and we don't like that. So we take the green beans, the raw coffee, and we put it up in here, and it goes into the roaster, a very hot roaster, and we have kind of 3 stages of roasting coffee. It's like the very beginning, it dries out the coffee, and then you caramelize the sugars, and then you have what in the industry is called the development time. Partway through the roast, I'm monitoring the roast on the screen here. I'm watching for how quickly it's browning and roasting. Near the end, it gets very critical, so I get to kind of take coffee out and I can smell it as it's roasting. And what I'm looking for is there's a strong acidity flavor, a strong sweetness. You can smell the flavors. as it's going, and kind of when it hits that special sweet spot, a balance of sweetness and acidity, I open it up and it drops into the cooling tray here, because we want to stop the roasting process as quickly as we can so it doesn't go past where we want it.
Right.
And it cools here, and then I get to try it, taste it.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like you're a master of your craft, and I'm excited to try some of this coffee. I love coffee. Let's get into it. Right, well, we are wrapping up our time here with a house roasted coffee. I have their espresso left of center, and I'm so excited about this. They did the little coffee leaf on the top and everything. And you've got their drip coffee.
Yes, I have. This is called the Say Goodbye to Romance. I hope that's not actually true, but you know, this will
Cute name though.
Yeah, I know. I love the name.
All right, drink it.
Ooh, this one's not as bitter. It's like pretty easy to drink. I can just drink it black. Actually, I drink all my coffees black, so what am I talking about? But
yeah, this is like when you first like lift it to your mouth, you're like, oh, it's like smells like coffee. It's gonna taste like your average latte, but then you take the sip and it's citrusy, it's light, it's very balanced. It's like perfect. It's not, you know, too bitter, it doesn't taste burnt. It's very nice.
it's a good way to
Good way to finish it all off.
Yeah.
You like burn off the little buzziness from the beer. It's really good, I must say, this little flat white. Thank you guys so much for coming along with us today at House of Funk. This experience was absolutely exceptional. Highly recommend coming here and checking it out. And yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment about what you guys think, and thank you so much for joining us today.